Hi folks, I want to talk with you today about the heroin epidemic we are experiencing across the state, but especially in western Pennsylvania. All the experts agree that this is a multifaceted problem with both a law enforcement component and a social component. As a member of the Judiciary Committee, I have attended hearings across the state listening to testimony of law enforcement, district attorneys, drug counselors, parents, and addicts. You may not know that PA has the third highest heroin use in the country, behind only California and Illinois, cutting across all social, racial, and economic categories. In 2012, PA experienced 329 heroin overdose deaths in 48 counties. This reflects an alarming increase. In Allegheny County, those deaths rose from 50 in 2010 to 140 in 2012. Yes, that number almost tripled in 3 years. In Westmoreland County, there were 13 deaths in 2010 and 27 deaths in 2012. In Washington County, there were 3 deaths in 2009 and 19 so far this year. Our kids there are dying at nearly 7 times the rate of just a few years ago. Our youth begin with the experimentation and later abuse of prescription drugs, many of which are found in your medicine cabinet. When that source dries up, they move to heroin, which is more powerful and cheap. The price of heroin has dropped considerably in the last decade. A special problem with heroin is that it is highly addictive and the dosage required increases over time. An additional danger arises when heroin is mixed with other drugs or alcohol. This dangerous cocktail can more easily result in overdose. When I spoke with some of those recovering addicts, they tell a heart-wrenching story that reflects the deep deterioration of our society. It is clear our youth have an empty void that they try to fill with anything: alcohol, sex, material needs, violence, and far too often they choose the self-destructive path of drugs. This path led them from happy, productive children to liars, thieves, and even prostitution to satisfy their habit. Unfortunately, some were led to suicide to escape the addiction. This destruction affects not only them, but their families and communities that suffer under increase in crime such as theft, burglary, and robbery to help pay for the drug addiction. In government, we will deal with the law enforcement side of this issue with increased penalties and judicial remedies. We can also remind parents and grandparents to clean out the medicine cabinet of old prescription drugs that are no longer needed and could become the genesis of a child's experimentation with drugs. But the social component of this problem can only be dealt with through loving, intact families that instill solid moral values and faith that will anchor them in life. We spend a lot of time trying to correct the problem after the damage has been done. We need to spend more time preventing our youth from choosing such a path in the first place. We all know this, but are afraid to speak about it. I am making you aware of the extent of this problem so you will pay special attention to it in your families and your community. Spend time with our youth and imbue them with positive moral influences and respect for a power greater than themselves to counter the barrage of negative influences the world offers them. The sooner we begin to address this problem within our families, the sooner we will see positive results. God bless you all, and thank you.